Hey guys, it's Wayne from W. Scully CPAPC, Fixing America's Tax Problems. And ever since I posted my last video, I've been getting calls, questions about this uh, America American Rescue Plan Act and some of the finer details regarding the economic impact payment. So I think I'll jump on real quick to another video. I give you guys some, most up to date, most current information about this. All right. So here we go. So first of all, people are asking how much is the third stimulus payment or economic impact payment? And basically, it's $1,400 for individuals, $2,800 for married couples, and $1,400 for each dependent. Did I say that right? $1,400 for each dependent. So if you're married and you have one child, that's 1,400 times three. So what is that? 1,400 times three, that's $4,200, right? So that's huge. That's huge. It's going to help a lot of people. All right. Now, they have some limitations, right? On who's going to get this money, right? So if your adjusted gross income is $75,000 and you're single, you'll get the full payment. If your adjusted gross income is 112,500 and you're head of household, you get that payment. And if you are married, filing a joint return or a surviving spouse, you get your maximum um, adjusted gross income to get that 1,400 per person payment is $150,000, right? So your AGI cannot exceed those limits, all right? And who's eligible for the payment? Generally, U.S. citizens, U.S. residents are eligible, right? And their dependents if they have a valid social security number. So an ITIN doesn't count. Individual tax ID number does not count because it's not a valid social security number. So just bear that in mind, right? And the AGI limits once they exceed, there's a phase out, range, right? So once you get to $80,000, if you're single or married filing a separate return, you don't get that payment anymore. Okay, so I'm sorry to disappoint some folks. Well, it's not really me, right? It's really IRS. So if you've gotten to that point in your income, they're saying, hey, you don't qualify for that payment. So you might remember that whole squabble in the Senate and the House where they were discussing reducing those payments versus before the thresholds were much higher, right? So if you're $160,000 AGI and you're married financial return, you also get cut off from the payments. And if you're head of household, you make 120 or more, 120,000 or more, you also don't get the payment. So that's it for eligibility. How do you determine eligibility? Well, most eligible people will get the payments automatically and they don't need to do anything. But in some cases, you've got to file the return for 2020 or file the 2019 return. If the return has not been submitted or processed yet, um, you know, they'll use the most current information, right? So if you didn't file the 2010 return or 2019, but you registered for the economic impact payment on that special portal they created last year, you'll be able to get that payment. And if you get federal benefits like Social Security benefits, you usually don't have to do anything, right? You get the payment without doing anything, all right? So that's something that you need to know as well. And so, how do you find out if the IRS is sending you the payment? Well, beginning March 15th, that's Monday, this coming, that's 2 days, less than 2 days from now, you will be able to check that Get My Payment tool that's available in English and Spanish only at irs.gov, irs.gov. You'll be able to find if you're eligible for that payment, okay? All right. How would the IRS know where to send the payment? And what if your bank changed? Well, taxpayers with direct deposit information on file will receive the payments that way. And let's say for some reason you change your bank account, you change your bank account, then the IRS will then get the payment back from the bank. Right? The bank will reject the payment and then they'll be forced to send you a check or a debit card. Now, the debit cards are really cool because it's a Visa debit card and it's issued by MetaBank and it's going to be and that's going to be on the back of the card. All right. So that's really cool for people who are non-banked, people who are not, in mainstream banking. Those people who have a debit card, be able to use that card to get their money. All right. I don't know if there are fees associated with that. When you use a card, most of those cards they come with fees, and one I'm not sure if there are fees. So that's something to look into further later on. So how are married couples affected? Only one spouse has a social security number. Well, generally speaking, only the spouse that has the social security number will get that payment, all right? The third payment. So if your one spouse with the social security number and the other spouse does not, then only one will get the payment of $1,400. Essentially, you will not get the $2,800 unless you're active military. If you're active military, then during any time of the year, then one spouse, well, both spouses will get a payment of $1,400 each. So that's $2,800 if you're filing jointly, right? So that's really cool, right? Looking out for the military. We appreciate them, we laud them, we appreciate their efforts in the field, all right? So that's important. Is any action needed by Social Security beneficiaries? As I mentioned before, usually those people will take no action. They'll be automatically uh, assigned payments. They'll receive those monies without doing anything. However, if they hadn't received any payments, and they normally don't file a return, they may normally have to file. They will ultimately have to file to get that recovery rebate credit. So, like I said before, if you have Social Security benefits or railroad retiree benefits, or you're receiving VA benefits, you're eligible to get the payment. But if you don't typically file and you ended up not getting the payment or payments, any of the three payments that occurred between last year and now, then you would most likely have to file a return, right, to get that payment, to get that credit. All right, so that's a little thing that you need to know as well. So, so let's say you didn't file a 2019 or 2018, 2020 or 2019 return and didn't register at the irs.gov special portal. Are you eligible to get a payment? Of course you are, if you meet eligibility requirements, of course. So while you won't receive the payment automatically now, again, you should think about filing a 2020 return to claim those recovery rebate credits. All right. So again, if you don't normally file and you haven't received any of the three payments and you're eligible, you should definitely think about filing a return. All right. All right. So will people who receive a payment get a notice from the IRS? Well, yeah. I mean, if you're eligible, they've been sending out notices to folks saying that the payments were made and what the amount that they received was. So you get an IRS notice or a letter, and it's going to tell you the amount of money that you were supposed to get, right? So you should keep that in your tax records, for future records, all right? And where can you get more information? IRS.gov is a good place to start, IEP/IEP, and you can check out that payment tool, that registration tool that they created, which, by the way, like I said, won't be available until next Monday. All right, so if you don't want to reach out to the IRS and it's like, you want to speak to someone about this directly, you have other questions, feel free to call me or call your tax advisor, right? Or if you have none, obviously call me, as I said before. And my name is Wayne. I'm with W. Scully CPA PC, focused on fixing America's tax problems. Our firm specializes in tax resolution matters, and we serve clients virtually. Make an appointment by visiting www.wscullycpa.com. Again, that's www.wscullycpa.com, or call me toll free 855-254-1892, 855-254-1892. Okay. And what you can do for me now after you finish watching this video is comment, like, share this video so other people can get this information as it's handed out to you. And you guys take care for now, right? We'll catch you next time.